As the sun set on Melbourne Park, the heat and humidity remained as the second round singles action continued into night 3 of competition. Few would have predicted American qualifier Thiem Smartcheck would be able to match it with the brilliance of Rafael Nadal, especially after he succumbed to the Spaniard 6-2 in the first set. But the 27-year-old Smartcheck put the heat back on the world number 3, winning the second set and pinching the third in a tiebreaker. Nadal, battling severe stomach cramps, strapped himself in for a 5-setter and despite claiming the fourth set 6-3, looked no certainty until late in the fifth when he clinched a crucial break of serve. He then consolidated to send Smartcheck packing and advanced to the third round of the Australian Open for the 10th time. The local fans were out in force again as Aussie teenager Nick Kyrgios took on Karlovic in his second round match. The 19-year-old engaged in a tight first set with the Croatian 23rd seed, which Kyrgios eventually won in a tiebreaker before seizing the momentum and taking the second. But Karlovic refused to go down without a fight, taking the third set off the Australian and threatening to push it to 5. But the local hope was spurred on by his home crowd to seal the match in 4 sets and secure his spot in the third round. A capacity crowd converged on Margaret Court Arena to see top-ranked Aussie Bernard Tomic face the dangerous Philipp Kohlschreiber. The German 22nd seed clinched a first-set tiebreaker, but the Australian sought about evening the ledger in the second, which he claimed 6-4. Statistically, the pair couldn't be split, with 67 winners apiece, and Kohlschreiber winning 158 points for the match to Tomic's 157. But the points that mattered went the way of the Aussie, who won back-to-back tiebreakers to win the match in 4. Tomic's third-round opponent was always going to be a compatriot, with Sam Groth and Kokkinakis becoming just the second pair of Aussies to square off at a Grand Slam since 2004. It was the younger and lower-ranked Kokkinakis who drew first blood and took the first set, before his big-serving opponent came to the party to win the second and third. The 18-year-old ruled himself back into the contest to send the match into a decider, but the more seasoned Groth called on his 5-set experience to progress to the third round of a Grand Slam for the first time in his career. Women's 7th seed Eugenie Bouchard continued to win over fans at Melbourne Park with an impressive display against young Dutch girl Kiki Burton's on Margaret Court Arena. The Canadian was untroubled in the first set, winning it to love, and although broken twice in the second, managed to close out the match in just 54 minutes. Bouchard advancing to the third round to take on Caroline Garcia.
Two sets to 1, 6-love, 6